Hi, my name is Meg Moranis. I'm the voice of Diets Are Fattening, and it's Q&A Mondays, and I have one question I want to go over today because it is that important. And this is stemming from a conversation and a discussion on our private Facebook page, dietsarefattening.com on Facebook. Please request to join. Just search us and you'll see a request thing. And please, we'd love to have you. The question is this. One of our members started a conversation saying, she's just starting and she's struggling, and then there's lots of great feedback that comes back to help her, not from me, but from other people as well. And this is a thing that I think her struggle is about, and that other people really keyed in on, that really helped her and helped more people who were also just reading, even though they're not participating in commenting. They're there reading, which is great. So when we talk about eat when you're hungry and stop when you're not hungry anymore, or they were using the word full. I don't like to use the word full because I think that sometimes makes people eat beyond when hunger's gone. That other kinds of hunger don't get recognized as hunger. In other words, when you have a healthy thin mentality, or if you're a naturally thin person, sometimes you just want a little something. And I know in the beginning for me, when I was just doing this many, many years ago, I would not respect that as hunger. Now I do. And that what really inspired me to answer this question so completely today was that one of the posts, one of the people who were trying to help her said, naturally thin people just sometimes eat something just because. And that's true. The key is, when you have a healthy thin mentality and you just want something, it just doesn't end up being that much food. So, for instance, I've talked about this before, but sometimes at the end of a meal, like I've had whatever, a regular dinner, I just want something sweet. No, my hunger really is calm, but you have some mouth hunger. That's legit, guys. I've said this before, but I want to say it again. The thing is, we get so used to thinking, oh, I've made the decision to have something sweet, so, well, now I'm going to eat it. The whole thing is there, and now I'm going to just overdo it. And if you can just stay in touch with how much of that sweet thing do you need just to calm down your sweet tooth. I mean, sweet tooth is not a new word. That's been around for a very, very long time because it's a thing that we have. We have sweet tooths. So with a healthy thin mentality, you learn that, okay, kind of my hunger is gone, but I just want a little something. But again, I'm going to say this again. That's still legit a form of hunger. I don't know how else to say it. It's not like your stomach growling. It's not like your mouth watering. You're just not quite done. And that is our body communicating. And I don't care why. I don't care that it's not perfect eating. If you, let's say you cap off this great dinner and you have some really nutritious stuff, and then you eat a cookie or something afterwards, that doesn't ruin anything. That's you satisfying your complete hunger desire. And it's fine. When we get in trouble is when one cookie leads to 10, or when it just makes us feel bad and we get guilt-ridden over it. I tell you, a huge thing with the diet mentality is that all or nothing. It's like, well, I was really good until I ate a cookie, and then so I ate the whole bag. That's where weight gain is, guys. Weight gain is not at the end of a meal and you just want some little bite of something sweet, or a couple bites, or you share dessert with someone, you have a couple spoonfuls or whatever. That's not where weight gain occurs. And we get so hyped on sugar is so bad, and I'm not saying we should eat sugar a whole bunch. I'm just saying you will be so surprised when you have your healthy thin mentality that in the whole world of food is open to you, that sugar in an amount that sugar and sweet things in very small amounts go a very long way, is what I'm trying to say. You don't need to eat the big serving, the big hot fudge sundae, the whole thing, to experience really happy, yummy, wonderful satisfaction from it. I know that you guys don't believe me, but please, please give it a chance, because I would be like you, sitting there going, oh really, I'd want the whole thing. Thing is, you don't. The thing is, when you free yourself from this diet mentality where, well, okay, I allowed myself to have that. Okay, now I'm bad. Now it just tumbles into a whole bad episode of overeating or feeling bad and just not actually enjoying the experience, because as you're eating it, you feel guilty eating it. So that ruins it, right? The best, happiest, most fun way to enjoy that beautiful part of life that is called dessert, or whatever you want to call it, is to say, hey, I'm going to have a little dessert. And then you sit there and you have whatever amount you get, and you just keep saying, could I be done? Am I happy? And I don't mean happy like emotionally, I just mean, is my body, is that sense of, I just want something sweet, is it taken care, has it been taken care of? And again, listen, allow for the possibility that a small amount, again, goes a very long way. And then you don't have this, extra amount of food that now your body has to digest, and that's overloaded your stomach, and it's food that you really weren't hungry for all that much. You just, your mouth had some, a little desire for something sweet. I know I've talked about this a lot, but this comes up a lot because it's so hard, sadly, for us to know what true hunger is. And we're so used to true hunger, like, I think because we've been dieters so long, we're so disconnected from that. And like, we second guess, well, I don't think I'm really hungry because I don't have huge stomach growling, and my mouth isn't watering the minute I see food. Okay, because those are very heavily biologically obvious signs of hunger. But there are others. And in the beginning, you're very reticent to, well, I'm just trying to pretend I'm hungry because I want to eat. Okay, and again, I'm going to say, in the workbook, I go over this because you have to sit and calmly reflect and remember, okay, what did that feel like? Well, I wasn't sure I was hungry, but then I ate, and you know what? I felt really good. I didn't eat that much. It was just kind of satiated that desire I had to eat a little something more. Well, that was hunger, guys. You can back into it that way. Like, you're not sure and you eat something. Did you feel better? Yeah, I felt physically better. Or my mouth hunger just calmed down. I was like, yeah, that was great. Oh, I feel so satisfied and happy. Yeah, happy. That's the kind of thing you have to go over with yourself. And, and another great post in our private group this week was someone showing her workbook and filling it out. I'm honestly telling you, you've got to do some consistent reflection and processing of these concepts to get rid of that diet mentality that has been beaten into you. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you have to put a little effort into it. I can't tell you, there's not a better gift you'll give yourself than to take the time to do this. So today, for this Q&A, remember, hunger is your friend. Make friends with it. Get to know your hunger. It's your beautiful drive. And don't be afraid of it. Just always, okay, whenever I'm hungry, I can eat. Now let me see. Was that really hunger? Well, let me think. Did I feel physically better and satiated and could move on with my day after I ate that? Yes. Well, then you were probably hungry. It's so sad that we have to relearn all this stuff because we knew when we were little kids, most of us, unless, you had a diet mentality put in you when you were a little kid, which of course does happen. But you can absolutely get this back. Give yourself a chance. And in the beginning, when you feel like a kid in a candy store and you're like, wow, I can have all of this. Yes, you can have all of it, just not all at once. You just have to wait for hunger. And then you get to know hunger. You're going to stumble and you're going to fall and you're going to have days when you don't match this up right. You're going to have days when you do. And that's life. And that's the journey back to normalcy. And again, if you look around this world, there's so few people anymore. So few people who have a normal relationship with food and eating, who respect their hunger, who value their hunger. And that's what you want. Hunger is a gift. It's a beautiful drive that we get pleasure from every single day, several times a day. So let's not feel sorry for ourselves. There's plenty of food to be had, plenty of enjoyment out there, no matter what, right? As long as you can satisfy hunger because you can afford it, okay? I hope this helps. Just keep thinking long-term. Think, yes, if I could go on a diet and I would drop a few pounds and you're going to be right back where you started from with a diet mentality further ingrained. Don't keep doing that to yourself, guys. Don't keep doing that to yourselves. Listen, evaluate, reflect, do the workbook, go through it. However you can do this, or read the blogs online that I have so many on dietsarefattening.com to get a sense for what I'm talking about. And Wednesday, I'll be back with the question from the workbook, number 2 in the appendix, and I'm going to tell you the answer and why it's the answer, okay? Thank you for being with me. Again, I'm going to ask you, please share, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff to help me get more people to understand that this is an option, and it's just such a better way to live and to create a life that has way more room for other more important things than always being so concerned about food and eating. It is not meant to take up so much of our time, right? Okay, thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.